Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is AetherTech, and today I have another stupid project about fitting a magazine from one gun into another gun that it shouldn't go into. And I am talking today about the Bul Impact, which is the CZ75 clone with kind of the 1911 double stack magazine hybrid from Israel, with the Para P18 magazine, which is a thick boy. So the issue is that finding magazines for the Bul Impact is basically impossible, and I lost the one that I had and never was able to find it. After like all of the online searching, the options came down to Bul M5 magazines, which I can't find unless I want to pay $50 from Bul USA, I think, has them. Hopefully. Um, let's see, what else was there? The Daly DDA, which is this, but under the Charles Daly name. Those also don't exist. And I think there was one or two other options that I tried and nothing worked. And basically, the P18 does work in the Bul Impact and also will work in the Charles Daly DDA. I think it's the 10-40 or it's the 10-9. Might be the 10-40/9. But anyway, to get this to actually fit wasn't that complicated. I did a test cut here to see if it would lock into the magazine catch, which is a small little blade sticking out. Can't see it though. And then I actually got out some measuring tools and figured out that I needed to put the notch here. And once I put the notch there, I also did some score lines to make sure I had the right feed height, because it's pretty picky. But after I cut that notch in, listen for the click. It's very tight, but you'll hear the click in a second. And then it's locked in. Let's pull this back. Sorry for the messy desk. And then it does eject, again, a little tightly. As for testing it for feed and functionality, A-zoom snap caps don't work. They do not feed well or reliably. They're just, I guess, too short at the tip. They don't work. But I have some dummy rounds that I got off eBay that are about the same size as a regular 120-ish grain 9mm. So I'm just going to load those up off screen for a second. I only have 3 of them, so it'll be a very short test. But in terms of overall functionality, it does work. And actually, before I do that, let's take this apart for a second. Very easy to take this one apart, by the way. So the most important thing to note when you're trying to make a P18 magazine fit is the height of the ejector right there. You have to make sure that the round sits right below that line, almost at the level of the frame, just slightly above it, but still below the tip of the ejector. There we go, very tight, and then we'll just put this back together quickly. And the reason I actually got this was I just love the shape of the slide with that rounded profile. There's a couple other guns like the EAA Witness and the Bul Storm, which are the same gun, that have that same sort of rounded CZ75 barrel and slide. Just a very nice looking gun, I think. I'm not so sold on the polymer frame, but it's pretty comfortable. It has a nice feel to it, but anyway, let's lock that up and listen for the click. There it is. I'll cut the notch a little bit deeper, but in terms of feed and functionality, it works. It does not have a slide lock back yet. I've heard that there's some, excuse me for a second while I pick up that round before I lose it somewhere. There is another additional modification that you need to do on these to get the slide to lock back, and that'll probably be my next project. But let's take a quick look in there and figure out what we actually need to do. I can't get that back in unless the slide is in, apparently. Oh, that's why, because Maybe I can get this in. Hold on a second. Yeah. There we go. So, what is that? I'd have to glue or somehow modify the slide hold open focus. The slide hold open notch is too low right there. So I'd have to somehow bring that up probably a good 1 millimeter, 2 millimeter, 3 millimeters maybe. Focus. But yeah, otherwise, if you have a Bul Impact or Charles Daly DDA, sorry, in 9mm, and you can't find the magazines for it because, let's be honest, they're freaking impossible to find for some reason. Uh-oh. That was the bad idea. I was afraid that was going to happen. Just a second. So, but if you can't find 9mm magazines, you can find, hopefully, P18 magazines. Only took me, I would say, 3 months of looking until a couple of these showed up on eBay. There's one company that claims they had them, but they don't actually have them until they manufacture more. And beyond that, this one was off eBay. Haven't seen any on Gunbroker, nothing on Arms List, but that's a hope and a prayer for that one. And doing general Google searches, yeah, there's some stores that claim they have them in stock, but those seem to be drop shippers that don't actually have the availability of the P18 at all and just say they do. So that's it for today, and I'm just gonna do the sexy maneuver of putting this back together somehow. There we go. And it's good and locked in. I mean, it's not perfect. This magazine release does stick out a little bit more than it should, but it does hold the magazine and it does release the magazine. Well, I hope you have a good day, and that's really about it.